for Indigenous rights. So on the continent, you see this in things like reservations, and here in Hawaii, you see this in Hawaiian homelands. I decided to write about blood quantums because I think everyone here knows what a blood quantum is, but they don't know why they were created and what they're doing for us in society today. So blood quantums were created to basically perpetuate over a long period of time the extermination of other cultures and work to have everyone assimilate into Western culture. And so every generation that this goes on, more people lose blood, and essentially there will no longer be Indigenous peoples or natives. The title of my poem is Will We Be Their Dream? Placed upon a paper, a child bleeds out. Cut into pieces, divided into sections, labeled by the cultures within their blood. Yet this surgery has nothing to do with saving a life and everything to do with destroying an identity. Placed upon a paper, a person is defined by their 12%. Cut into pieces and denied the right to be Indigenous. This person is reduced to a statistic, reduced to nothing better than a colonizer. Every generation, every moment, every breath. Another piece is lost in a puzzle arranging the cultures of the world. And yet this division has nothing to do with embracing originality and everything to do with assimilation. 1705, the Indian Blood Law. 1921, the Hawaiian Homes Act. Different cultures, different leaders, different histories, but both set into the same margin, set into a receding tide, into a slow burning forest, into a perpetuation of the colonial dream. Placed upon a paper, a person is defined by their 8%, defined as nothing better than a bug waiting to be exterminated by this long-held dream. A culture being exterminated. This is a modern genocide. But what can we do now if the colonizers of the 1700s have already told us that we are not enough? 8,000 full-blood Hawaiians remaining, 574 tribes on the continent. Nations of people have been diminished to nothing but a spot on a map, and soon, nothing but a memory within time. 2014, the first attempt to halt the progress of TNT. 2018, this progress continues, and the voices of the Hawaiian people are muted by Westernization. 2019, Hawaiians are yet again chained to a cattle guard, attempting to protect the last bit of sacred lands that they have. Keep Hawaiian lands in Hawaiian hands. But how many of our kupuna died waiting on the Hawaiian Homes list? How many of you are the first in your generation to not be able to get your name on the list? What can we do now? If the colonizers of the 1700s have already told us that we are not enough, it is up to us to lift each other up. We can no longer treat this as a competition for blood. I know we all remember those years back in elementary when we were told that we were not enough because of how much Hawaiian we had. Or maybe you were bragging about how much Hawaiian you had. If we advocate, we can change minds, but if we change ourselves, we can change lives. Thank you.
Well then, go ahead into the chat, give some comments. We are all here today to elevate, to amplify each other, to build each other up, okay? We're all here to help each other, okay? Today is a day of celebration. Please go ahead and, okay, even you guys in cohort B, okay? Feedback, feedback, feedback. Make sure you know who stands up to you so that when you vote tomorrow, you'll be able to make an informed vote on 2 people. Well done for the very first person to go. Wonderful. Thanks, Chen, even though you're I don't know. Kai says you're going to Ala Moana, but I'm pretty sure you're going for a COVID test. So up to you. No, we're not going to watch Trinity go get her COVID test. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, who's next? Anybody else want to go? Oh, it's Krisha. Yes, very good. Well done. Wow, lead batter. Very good.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My poem is about beauty standards and it is titled Beyond the Obvious. Because personally, I think that beauty standards is like an issue, especially for us girls. I mean, men kind of portraying it, but I feel like girls are more insecure about themselves at different part of times. And personally, I struggle with it because I don't know, every day there's like a different thing that I wish I could change, but I know I cannot. And we're like taught to love ourselves, even though we may have a flaw, but every flaw that we see is what makes other people more important. Because some people have like the most beautiful eyes, and you were like, oh, I wish I had her eyes, but that is what makes her stand out. And so I personally think that that is why. And it is titled Beyond the Obvious because there's more to a person than their outside appearance. There is like so much within, but we all look at the outside first. Okay. Beauty standards. The way society makes us think we have to be. The way we look at ourselves in the mirror, analyzing our figures because we don't look like that post. We don't look like that model. We don't have the eyes that every boy fantasizes, nor the body of an hourglass that people holler at. Today, I looked at myself in the mirror, but the more I stared, I couldn't help but bear to pinpoint out the things I didn't like. I let 3 numbers define me that make me bleed down on my knees, counting the calories of every food I intake, walking on edge of every food I intake that with hopes that when I wake, I will look different. In the world we live in now, the year of 2021, the words of others start attacking like a gun. They put us down on the ground where we can't even get up and breathe. But hey, ladies, we can't let that odor take us down. We are stronger than that. Our sisters need us more than ever to diss it. We need to stop digging the hole for one another and grab that shovel and take it away. We need to be the ones that support each other. Because, hey men, your support system is strong. You know where you belong. So keep your head high and keep doing what you do because you guys are important. So we need to get the struggle and put it away. Oh, we live to eat, not eat to live. We live to eat, not eat to live. We live to eat, not eat to live. Listen again. We live to eat, not eat to live. When the hourglass turns back around, so does time. And you have a choice because when it breaks, you have a choice, and that is to go forward from all the mistakes and become the best you and manifest. You have to become the best you because in the end, you'll always have yourself. Thank you.
That was your signature line. We live to eat. Yes, very good. Okay, very good. Go ahead in the chat. Yes, totally agree. Super engaging. Right. The call to action is definitely there. Yeah. Very good. Okay. All right. Anybody else would like to go? Do you want to share your poem with like a chair or something in case you get stuck? Or are you just going to bring your computer up here so you can see the words? Okay. Look at this. Oh, I love your guys' feedback. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Can you explain that reference to facts? No, printer?
Oh, this is like
Oh, 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 oh my goodness. I know I'm older. I don't understand. Ice? Okay. Ice, no freezer. Oh, I'm getting educated here. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, that's nice. Yes. Yes, thank you. Way to start this off, you two, especially with mahaloing back. Yeah, that's good. Yes, very good. Who's next? Anybody want to go? I'm not trying to make eye contact with anybody. I'm just saying if you want to go, yes, sir. Okay. Can you somebody? Yeah. Yes, because we have a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, well, to kill a mockingbird is not going well either right now, okay? All right, Blaze, you got this. You unmuted, you good to go?
Yes. Aloha, my name is Blaze Figueroa and I will be presenting my poem about the schooling educational system and one of its flaws, which is how it runs it. Group a screwdriver with a bunch of wrenches, and that screwdriver will feel useless because it can't tighten any bolts. But bolts are for wrenches and screws are for screwdrivers. You see, if you group 20 students in the same class and teach them all the same things, and one or two students can't comprehend, they can't understand, they can't learn the same way. They are like the screwdrivers with 18 other wrenches. Why? Because this is how we have been taught for the last 100 years. See, all kids aren't equal. All kids have different strengths and weaknesses. So why does the schooling system teach every student the same way? Some kids are very smart but don't know and don't learn the same way as others. And so they fail, they get Fs. And all they are known for is a failure. But Fs can mean forward, F can mean future, the future of the educational system, the future of scholars. It doesn't reflect who you are as a person. And in reality, the screwdriver is a very important tool. I ask myself, how do we fix this? And we fix this by making changes. We adapt to the students' differences. We adapt to their strengths and their weaknesses. We create a better environment. We create a better school for all students. We create a better future. But first, we need a better foundation, a foundation that pushes the idea of different learning styles. Why? Because an F is just the sixth letter in the alphabet. Mahalo.
Well prepared. Very good. One of the reasons why I became a teacher, because kids need to be assessed at their strongest points, not catching them at, catching them off guard. Yeah. So for you guys, that's one of the reasons I became a teacher. So, ladies, your poem on your own. Yeah, what is that? You want to get it? Okay. Please. You're gonna just be voted through. So it's all of it, right? So they're rating you based on your overall. Yeah, I agree. Almost 147. The middle age finger was like too fast this time. Love it. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Very good. I think that's close though. You know, there needs to be kind of like a grace period, yeah. Somewhere close. If you get close to 2 minutes, I think that's good. Okay. Because you can make those changes. You have a week to come back to perform during the final. So you have a for the final round of the what? You want to vote for yourselves? It's up to you if you want to do that. You know what? I know what you guys are doing. You guys are teenager in me, and I don't know. Just vote for who you think is the best. If you think yours was the best, then you vote for yours as being the best, but you still have 2 votes. So you can't vote for yourself twice. That would be crazy. Okay. That would be crazy. That would be like, what do you call that voting fraud? Voting. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's do this. Okay, you're gonna go.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Like on Zoom? I don't know. Okay, cool. Can I just start whenever? Okay. I almost forgot my intro. Okay. Good morning. My name is Lakia, and I don't have a name for my poem. I decided to just not name it because I don't want to, I don't know. Anyways, my topic is about gun violence. I would say specifically in school because it creates more of a dramatic atmosphere. I wonder, what goes through someone's mind when they hear the words active shooter? What these kids' parents or moms feel like sitting outside the hospital just hoping to hear some good news. I wonder, what would I do if I lost my sister to a bullet or 2? I bet someone's parent is wondering whether they'll be able to pick up their kid tomorrow from school. The 26 kids at Sandy Hook Elementary School. The 61 at the 2017 Harvest Music Festival. The 32 at Virginia Tech University. The list just keeps going. Just be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you could easily lose your life. All you need is a piece of paper and a couple $100 and you could steal someone's future. What will it take to stop these perpetrators? Do you wonder about the same things that I think about? Do you wonder how you would feel in a situation where you had to hope to God that somebody doesn't walk through that door with an AR-15? What if you no longer heard jokes from the class clown or saw that ridiculous presentation that was put together 5 minutes before class? I don't know about you, but those make my day. The terror and anxiety that I would feel if I heard the words active shooter, would you feel the same? I thought that school was supposed to be a place for everybody to be happy, to feel safe, to make friends, to be comfortable. Imagine going to school and thinking, damn, one of us could die today. Oh, wait, I don't have to imagine. Super useless. I was gonna say the S word. Forgot the S.
Very proud of you. Yeah. Your poem is chicken skin on multiple levels, especially because Yeah. It's not authentic if you were to, right, because we wake up every day with a new report. Yeah, like super real. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, ladies, that's a really good line. A piece of paper and a few $100. I also like those lines about how you thought school was supposed to be, you know, a place for everything. Love it. It's supposed to be. All right, very good. Jake, you want to go? I guess the question is Jake go. Your turn. You know, I know what this is like. This is like being in line for the zipper. I have jumped on that thing once in my life and never ever again. You like it? You like the zipper? I mean, I like the oh. There were three of us in that little cage. And I was in the middle. And I'm little compared to the other two on the side of me, like having buddies. By the time we were done, I had squished them all to the side like that. I couldn't believe it. Just don't bring things. No zippers for me. I'm the bag holder. Okay, are you ready?
Can I start right now? Yeah. Okay. Hello. My name is Jake Camaros, and my title for my poem is The World We Face Today, and it is about stereotyping. And of course, we all know a thing or two about stereotyping. So I'm just jump right into it. So, yeah. If you see a woman in old dirty clothes on the street corner asking for a spare change, is she homeless, too lazy to find a job, just looking to score her next hit? If you see a guy riding a motorcycle in a black Southside leather jacket, is he reckless? Is he violent? Maybe a dangerous gang member? If you see a skinny Asian teenager with glasses carrying an endless stack of books, is he a geek, a nerd, not have a social life? If you think this, then you are guilty of stereotyping. By the time children reach age 5, they have already defined stereotypes about gender, race, and other social groups. These types are repeated within our inner stereos, justifying the hate, justifying why it's okay to mistreat. Just what are we frying here? The stink, rotten meat of racism? Eating a strange fruit that only belongs, sitting at the table that only belongs to a few and not to you? In the aftermath of the 9/11 incident, all Muslims were thought to be terrorists. After the 1941 bombing of Pearl Harbor, Japanese Americans were put into internment camps because they were thought to be spies. Even in recent events of the global pandemic, we are seeing crimes against innocent Asians and African Americans, hashtag Stop Asian Hate, hashtag BLM, hashtag George Floyd. Stereotyping is in our schools, in our workplaces, in our media. Stereotyping is everywhere and poisoning our minds. Stereotyping would thrive in echo chambers of hate. It would cross the streets to avoid false threats of skin color. We need to stop perceiving others based on false beliefs. You see a woman in old dirty clothes on the street corner asking for spare change. Did you know she emptied her life savings just to pay for her daughter's cancer treatments? You see a guy riding a motorcycle in a black Southside leather jacket. Did you know he's a successful lawyer writing for Toys for Tots? You see a skinny Asian teenager with glasses carrying an endless stack of books. Did you know he has an undefeated record in mixed martial arts? Stated from James A. Forbes, when people rely on surface appearances and false racial stereotypes rather than the in-depth knowledge
of others at the level of heart, mind, and spirit, their ability to assess and understand people accurately is compromised. So don't let stereotypes define them. Don't let stereotypes define you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Yes. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, today's a really good day to be a teacher and a student, I guess. It's like one of my best days. What? No. These poems are really good. I cannot wait for these. Okay. Yeah, all of this has everything to do with who you guys are. And this is so cool because, you know, like even for Jake, we don't get to hear him talk too much, and we got to hear him today, right? And so this is a really cool exercise in having your chance to have your voices heard today. And it's a day of celebration. It really is. So it's a day of celebration. Totally. Okay. So we'll have Mr. Kai, let's have you go. Or Kai. You can call you Mr. Kai. Up to you. Try not to. What do you call that? Put a gender or whatever. So because I have this like habit of calling people like, you know, Mr. Mr. Kai. Whatever. Huh? Yeah. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to assign genders to anything. I'm calling myself out here because I don't want to be that person. But I was saying, Jake, because you went to go drink water, I was just really stoked about today because we get to hear people that normally don't say too much, and it's good. It's really good. You did such a good job. I feel like today is a really good day. So thank you. Jake, you made my day, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, more making of each other's days here, okay? And I love your guys' comments. Again, you guys are so supportive towards each other. Okay. All right. You guys are bringing it. All right. Hi, do you need somebody is somebody helping you just in case, or are you good to go? Okay. Is that construction paper? I love it. Okay. All right, let's get going.
Aloha.
Aloha.
O kai ko'u inoa. My poem will be about the colonization of Hawaii and how America colonized us. Let us begin. Dear America, do you remember when you brought your Christian missionaries to our land? You forced us to practice your religion while we had our own. You made us speak your language while we had our own. Before you came, we flourished in the land. We were our own nation with our own ways of life, connected to the Aina. Ali'i led us in stride. Kapu showed us how to live, and the land inspired us. But then, no, we fished and we farmed for sustenance and were completely sustainable without any assistance. But then the Spanish explorers came on their crystal blue shores, and then the floodgates were opened. You infested us with your religion like flies are attracted to fruit. Not only your religion, but also your disease.
Smallpox spread through the archipelago like wildfire. Our native population declined from 300,000 to 24,000. Our native language was banned from schools, and our native hula dance was criminalized. There's a whole generation of Hawaiians today who grew up in a time of restrictive, oppressive laws that prohibited them from learning their culture. But today, our hula is still alive and our language is still thriving. So even though you may have forgotten, we will never let you in. Mahalo.
Yeah. Alrighty. Very good. Well done. See, not too bad, Kai. You guys have no idea how many emails I received. I was like, oh, no, not only you. I mean, like, I was like, are people called? Oh my gosh. She's like, extension. Is she doing that? She's supposed.
You like we're giving you positive vibes. Okay, Kai, do you wanna like press the?
Oh wait, when she starts, right?
Kai, can you mute your thing? Sorry. Okay, hello, my kako. My name is Afule, and my poem is called makana mai, wait, sorry. Makana mai oi kapo'ino. And so my poem is just about how when America or when people take stuff from Hawaii and then there's just a really bad backlash. And so there's just a bunch of evil things going around, you know? Okay, so kamaka iki umikumahiku kana ikukumavalu. Aloha, mai, wakipa mai oi ku uhome, Hawaii. Makana mai oi ka po'ino, a waiho ia kanui manu e hoi hoi ka aina. Ma ke kukulu ho ka lahui, makana ho mai oi ka po'ino. Ka makahiki umikumawalu I wakalua, ho'olauna ia ke kalikiano. Na ka ho'ohuli mana'o o ka po'e Hawaii. Na ka mikioneli mana'o he mea lawe hala ka hula. A ma ka makahiki umikumawalu kana kolu, ua pāpā ia ka hula, a nalo na mo'olelo. Ma ke kukulu ho ka lahui, ma kana ho mai oi ka po'ino. Ka makahiki umikumawalu kana ha kumalua, ho'i ho mai ko po'e, a aihue oi ka aina. No ko ponui, no ko po'e, ka po'e malihini ki aina. Maopopo ole o ko pehe malama I aina. A mamuli o ke ia, poho na kumuwai. A ma ke kukulu ho ka lahui, ma kana ho mai oi ka po'ino. Ua lava no na mea a oko, hae ka pui ka lawe mau, a koe ia ka puli ma me ka e lau. Ho'opa a hau ia ka mo'i, a mamuli o ka pāwale a mako. Ianuali, umikumaewa, makahiki umikumawalu kanaiwa kumakolu. Ua ho'o kahuli ia ka lahui. A ma ke kukulu ho ka lahui, ma kana ho mai oi ka po'ino. E lima haneli laina na ka olelo makohine, a pai ia ka olelo a ke kanaka e. Ka makahiki umikumawalu kanaiwa kumono. Ua ho'o pai ia ke alelo na pua. Me ka pelekania I ka kala ia ma ke kua. Ma ke kukulu ho ka lahui, ma kana ho mai oi ka po'ino. He umikumakolu o he nana mauna kea. Na makahiki elua kaukani umikumaha, elua kaukani umikumono, a elua kaukani umikumaewa. Ho veli ia ka piko o Hawaii. Aia I hea na kanaka o Hawaii, aole maa mako e pa'aika aina me ka pololei. I kei manawa, ka makahiki elua kaukani wakalu kumakahi, ua hui pu ia na pula puni ka honua. No ka pale kana a kume ka aina. Mauno ka loa aole o ka ohenana nui ma ka piko o Hawaii. Ke makana ho ia mai ka po'ino, mai holo mai ke ia. E aho pū kako, e kupa'a kako, ma hope mako o lili ulani. Mahalo.
Very good. Mahalo nui. Wow. Last like bit of the stanza, right? There are 13 telescopes on Mauna Kea. The year is 2014, 2016, 2019. The center of Hawaii is threatened. We are the people of Hawaii. We are not used to sticking to the land correctly. Now, 2021, the offsprings around the world come together to protect and stand with the land. Still, there is no telescope on the center of Hawaii. When they gift us again with evil, don't run from it. Breathe together and stick together. We stand behind Lili'u Okamani. Mic drop. Chicken skin action. All of that. Okay, mahalo. All righty. Woo! Go, chicken skin. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Love it. Okay, and then we have for today just one more person to go. Okay, we are sending out the biggest and most loving and caring vibes to each other today. Yeah, unreal. Whew. Today is one heck of a day. What is that? Okay.
Good. Hey, Raj. Perfect. You're starting already? Yes. Okay, Raj. Ready. Aloha. My name is Ezekiel. My poem is about, I guess, my journey to becoming a man, you know, and I don't have a title for it. I just wrote it down. So, yeah, let me begin. How are you? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I know I always say that, but it's not always true. I have my feelings and sometimes the truth. I work my legs 3 times a week, but at times they feel weak. But I must keep pushing on with a smile. I need to keep up this persona because no girl want a man that ain't macho. Or that's what I used to think. The big screen movies portrayed that I wanted to be the man in the wild, wild west, riding horses, catching bandits, but you need to be tough. If not, you'll be left in the dust. The thoughts crowded my mind and were too much. What if I couldn't become a real man? See, I wasn't the strongest or fastest in elementary school. I wasn't the cool kid. Kickball at recess was where all the athletes would come out and play. If not, you'd be laughed at. Teams would fight over the best players. I would always be chosen 4th or 5th. Never last because I still knew how to blast a ball, but I wasn't the best. How could I become a real man if I ain't the best? I was infuriated, so I was putting football. Football was a man's sport. It worked for a while. I got some attention, but it wasn't enough for me, you know? I wasn't close enough to becoming a real man. So I started acting like a clown in middle school. I was just trying to be seen, but the real clown was me doing stupid things and gained attention. I started getting attention and I felt like a real man. Don't ask me why. But soon that attention faded. I was an old record player. There's no use for it when there's bigger and better things. Our middle school was just a vintage moment. I realized it's difficult to become a real man. I don't even know what a real man is. Seems like a real man was everything that I wasn't. I'm in high school now. Finally a man. But see, I'm not a real man. I'm a true man. There's a difference between real and true. Real means existing. True means accordance with reality. So who do you want to be? Someone that just exists in this world or someone that is a part of this world? A true man can't be defined. You don't need certain qualities to be a true man. All you need to be is you. I know it sounds cliche, but it's so true. Sorry for the rant. Where are my manners? How are you?
Very nice job. Vintage moment. Yep. Chicken skin. Okay, very good. Very good. All right, so what we're doing, yeah. So for you guys, to end with that poem is really cool because everybody's trying to find themselves, what role they play in society. That must not be easy. I wonder what it's like to be you guys in this generation. For some of you guys, it might be really easy. For some of you guys are on your own journeys. I wonder if I could even do what you guys are doing now. For that, I want to recognize you guys' courage. How you guys are constantly building your own moral compass, testing it out in the world, recalibrating, and just trying to be the best versions of yourself. So I'm going to help each and every one of you guys. You guys brought it today. I can't wait for tomorrow. Okay. I'm just completely blown away. Okay. So we have our second part of today, and that is to talk about privilege, right? How privileged are we that we are not talking about things like this? I mean, I guess we are talking about these kinds of things today because what we've done to the world and things like that. But our privilege affords us to be able to talk about social injustices instead of like land and water and things that we need as we get to talk about how we treat each other versus like the importance of water, right? We can choose, right? And that is part of privilege, right? So quite interesting that we are all part of common schools, so even that gives us privilege, right? And depending on what social context you're in, it just depends on where you're at. You could either be seen as somebody who has privilege or somebody who lacks privilege. It just depends on your social context. Today, we're going to dive and do a deep dive into positions of power, right? In each book, we have major positions of power. We have Atticus, who is a politician and a lawyer, and he uses his position of power as privilege. And there's a role in his privilege that he uses to leverage his position in Nicoboys. There's a number of different things going on with Nicoboys, and that is at some point it's really hard to read, right? Yes. So with Nicoboys, you're finding out that the people who have power are not making the best decisions, right? And as you guys also work your way up into maybe positions of power, or at least in positions where you get to help make decisions, right? Hopefully you guys have a good moral compass to where you're making sure everybody wins and not just a few people, right? So today we're just going to break up people who are in class. You can get off the Zoom and just talk stories with each other. You can talk stories in a small group. They don't care. I don't care. The people that are on Zoom, what we're going to do is tomorrow we're going to have our conversation. So I'm going to let you guys go so you guys can do your memories, and then we'll talk about it in class tomorrow. Okay? It's good on Zoom. Okay, so be ready for the discussion in class after you're done with your poems. Do your well-being, and then start reading and preparing for tomorrow. Hang on. Oh, before I forget, next reading, this reading, okay? This week, you're not going to have to watch any videos because the focus for this week's reading deals with social injustice. And I don't think we have to watch one more video or one more TED Talk on social justice issues. So for that, that's what you guys are focusing on for next week. Well, for this week, I guess, and next week. There seems to be some confusion as far as what you need to turn in for your preparing for class discussion. And all that is the questions, your notes. If you're handwriting notes, then I should see like a picture of your notes uploaded. Okay, so if you guys need to do that, please do that and just send me a little note on the side when you upload, like, wasn't sure what you wanted. Yeah, and I mean, even for you guys, like, if you guys are confused, just email me. Okay, I'm always checking my email almost to a fault. I need to stop this, but anyway. Yeah, I respond fast because I know you guys want answers, so you guys can either do the work or not. So up to you guys. Yes, question. Yeah, you can just copy and paste that into the text box. You can, it's up to you how you want to submit your notes. Okay. Yes.
I forgot that we had to submit notes this past couple.
Yeah, can you submit them? Yeah. All right. All right. You guys is done. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. Your voice is muffled. Carson, email me if you have questions. Okay, start reading, practice. Look at Canvas. You're kind of here now. Just look on Canvas. Your microphone. How about now? I'm saying muffled. All about us. Okay. Can you hear me now? It's echoing. Somebody's mic is on.
Can I drink water?
Again?
No, last time I used